Hello, everybody. How's it going today? I hope you're doing well. Robert Prieto here with another lesson for today. Now, we mentioned in the last lesson that we were going to talk about list building, and we're going to go ahead and get into that a little bit. I'll give you a little bit of advice on some of the autoresponders you can use for building your list so you can reach out and you can keep in contact with your people so that you can build trust, you can build credibility, and basically you're going to be able to help other people out at the same time you're going to get paid for helping. Okay, so before we get started with the list building, I know that there are a few people out there that are really, really desperate to make money today. You're in a situation where you need to make money right away, and the bills got to get paid, and it's difficult for people. I know there's a lot of people that are suffering right now, so we're going to go over a couple of those ideas first before we get into the list building. Now, first off, I'm sure that every one of you has heard of eBay and Amazon. Those are a really fast way to make a little bit of extra cash. You can find something around your house that you no longer need. You can put it up for sale on either eBay or Amazon. You simply take a couple of photos of it, good photos, as good as you can. You go ahead and post those on eBay or Amazon. It's free to go ahead and post the listing, and you don't pay. I think eBay is like 50 or 75 cents to actually put the posting up. Amazon is free, and you don't pay until you actually make the sale. Then you pay a portion of the amount that you sold, the amount that you sold the item for, and that's what they take as a commission. Now, the downside of doing something like that is you have to keep in mind that if you sell a physical product, you also have to get cover the cost of the shipping and handling and the packaging. So if you don't add that on as something, like if you do the free shipping type thing, you're going to get a lot more people interested if you give free shipping, but it's going to cut into whatever amount that you are using or whatever you're selling for. Okay, so you keep that in mind if you're going to go the Amazon or eBay route. There is another way that you can go ahead and do digital services. You get paid real fast. It's instant. There's a couple of different places. The one that's easiest to use, I'll share my screen with you, is called Fiverr. And let's go ahead and open that up. Now you'll notice, I've got Fiverr here on the screen. You'll notice that Fiverr is real easy. You can see right here, fiverr.com. And if you go to fiverr.com, it'll take you to a page where you need to sign up initially. You create an account in case you don't already have one. And then you can take a look across the top. You'll see the different things that you can do. If you know how to do any of these, then you can make money right away. Now, initially starts out with, it's a $5 gig that you're doing, so you don't get paid a lot. But some of the things you can do really, really fast, just super, super fast, super easy. Fiverr is also a place where you can sell things for a whole lot more than $5. Let's give you a couple of examples. Let me show you first off what you can do, and then we'll give you some examples of some of the pricing that's available. Okay, so graphics and design. You can see logo design. You can do gaming, art, graphics. You can do art and illustration, visual design. These are graphics and design things, and you can see that when you go to the page. You have digital marketing, which if you know what you're doing with digital marketing, SEO, SEO, SEM, that type of thing, then of course, you can make some pretty decent money pretty fast. Video and animation. If you know anything about video and animation, you can go in this section, and there's a lot of things that you can do. Music and audio. Now, music and audio, they have voiceovers, they have producers, you got singers. If you're good at singing, if you do mixing and mastering, they have session musicians that they're looking for people. Like if you play guitar or drums or whatever, you can record yourself doing, the music, and then you can sell that. And those pay really, really well. So do the voiceovers. You can actually be a voiceover actor for somebody. Let me close this out. Programming and tech. If you know programming, you can do that. If you know business, market research, customer care, business consulting, flyer distribution, supply chain. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Legal consulting. Next, we go to business. And there's all the different things you can do for business. Lifestyle. Lifestyle is an interesting one, by the way. That one's really interesting because you can do a lot of different things. You can see gaming, online tutoring, astrology. People sell astrology readings, psychic readings, distance healing, things like that. Arts and crafts. People will pay you to do arts and crafts or teach how to do arts and crafts. People will actually, you can do cooking and, oh, there goes my other phone. Anyway, you can do cooking and you can put the cooking lessons up, and people will actually pay you to take cooking lessons from you. So health and nutrition, greeting cards, viral videos. So there's a lot of different things you can do in the lifestyle. And then of course you go into the industries and the various different industries that are out there, the fashion industry, so Fiverr is a really fast, easy way. Let's go in and see what they have as far as some of the individual things. Here's one. Let's go into logo design. And let's say, for example, you know how to do logo design, which you can do logo design really easy by simply going to Canva, Canva.com. And there's a lot of different things you can design. They have some templates, super easy to use, and it's free. And of course, they also have a paid upgrade where you get a lot more options, a lot more things you can do with their platform. But you can see here, if you can go ahead and make designs, you can see here, this guy's starting at $50, starting at $10, starting at $45, starting at $50. Here's one starting at $100. Now this guy, he's got lots of reviews and such like that. So he's been here for a while. Here's another one, $300. These guys have been on for a while, but you can see that if you do it for a while, you can actually start making some pretty decent money at Fiverr.com. So anyway, Fiverr is, hang on a second. Fiverr is a really interesting place where you can actually go and make some decent money if you're willing to go ahead and put in some time. It's fast, it's easy to get signed up, and it is a free platform to use. You pay a handling fee, like a handling fee to Fiverr for the gigs that you place up there. So check it out, Fiverr.com. Like I say, if you want to do graphic design or you want to design something like that, Canva.com is a good place to go. Okay, list building. There are so many different ways to build a list, okay? You can do list building both free and paid. Now, if you're going to go with the paid option, it's really fast. It's really, it can get expensive if you don't know what you're doing. And if you don't have money coming back in for the list you're building, then it's unless or until you actually learn how to do it properly, which we'll go ahead and we'll put some lessons together and we'll post them up for you. I'm not going to get into it today because it's very involved in doing it correctly for paid list building. But paid list building, the nice thing about that is you can do it really, really fast. And if you want to know where to get some traffic, one of the fastest places to get traffic is called solo ads. And you can get solo ads at udemy.com, udimi.com. Don't go over there just yet, because until I actually show you how to do some solo ad list building, you don't want to lose money. There's a certain way you want to do it so that your list building is basically paying for itself, okay? Now, as far as list building, there are other ways to go ahead and build a list. You're going to want to have, before you get started, you're going to want to have what's called an autoresponder. Now, an autoresponder is nothing more than an online piece of software that allows you to collect people's email addresses or any other data that you want. You can collect their phone number, you can collect their name, you can collect domain names. There's all kinds of information you can collect when you have an autoresponder. Let me go ahead and show you some of the most popular autoresponders that are on the market. And over here you can see there's Aweber, Aweber.com. Aweber is probably one of the best known. I've used Aweber in the past. I don't use them anymore. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Full disclosure. I have had situations in the past where one person complained because they didn't remember that they had signed up for my list. One person complained, and Aweber basically shut my list down. And the problem with that is if you don't have a backup of every single name and email address that's on your list, then that list is gone. If Aweber ever closes that list up for you, there's no way for you to go back in and retrieve that data. So it's gone. So the time and the effort that you've used putting into that, it's all over. Aweber, by the way, doesn't really care for online marketers. It's um, it's like Mailchimp. Mailchimp is another autoresponder, and they don't really care much for internet marketers. They part of their terms of service, if they catch you doing things what they consider just slightly out of the boundaries of their very strict guidelines, they're going to basically shut your account down. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I've had 2 accounts shut down with Aweber, and I had to start over again with a different email address, uh, doing the masking of the IP so that they can't tell where I'm coming from. It's just, oh, it can get really, really nasty. So I don't use Aweber anymore. I have a lot of friends that use Aweber. They love it. It's actually very easy to use. There is a little bit of a learning curve, but once you learn to use it, um, you can use it very, very easily, and it is fairly intuitive as far as the actual use of the software. The nice thing about Aweber is, excuse me, the nice thing about Aweber is you can share your email series. So if you've got a series of messages that you have set up for an autoresponder, and you want to go ahead and share that with somebody else, like say for example, if you've got a product that you're selling, and one of the bonuses is an email series that you want to share with your people who are purchasing from you, then you can go ahead and do that automatically to Aweber. It's very easy. It's a little piece of code that you send to the person. They put that in their Aweber account, and everything is imported. So that's a very nice feature. Okay, the next one that I want to show you is called Get Response. And Get Response I use, and in fact, the message that you got, um, you know, the link for this email is from Get Response. Get Response is super easy to use also. It's got an easy interface. It took me a little bit of time to learn how to use it because it's the setup is completely different from Aweber, and I was coming over from Aweber. I had also used Mailchimp, and so I was coming over from those, and the interface is completely different. It's a different setup, so it took me a little bit of time to learn how to use it. But once you learn how to use it, it's simple, it's intuitive, and they've got a new setup, a new way for you to go ahead and put your newsletters together in your campaigns. That's so much easier than what it used to be. There's a lot more options that you can use. So it's a very, very good service for using for your autoresponder. So that's a good one. The third one I'm going to show you real quick is called Sendinblue. Now, Sendinblue is good if you're starting off. They have a free version you can use, and now it's only good for sending up to 300 messages per day. And by that, I don't mean you can send out 300 times to your list. No, you can send out to 300 emails. So if you've got a list of over 300 and you want to send out, you're going to have to get a paid account. But if you've got a very small list, and I use Sendinblue, I work with a nonprofit group, and they have a small list of about 270, 280 people. And we use that to send out just to keep people in the loop as to what's going on with the various things that are going on in the organization. And it's very, very good. It's free for, like I say, if you're going to have a very small list. When you start to grow, you're going to have to get the paid version. And by the way, Sendinblue, from what I understand, is also operated by the same people that run Get Response. So if you have used Get Response, Sendinblue is going to be very easy for you to use. Super simple. Okay, so list building. What can you do to build your list? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to give people a reason to join your list. easiest way, actually the way that most people will tell you to do it, is to give away a freebie. And you can do that by going and getting what's called a PLR product, which means private label rights. And you can get those at various different PLR places on the web. In fact, you can go to Google and just type in free PLR for giveaway or something along that line. I have one that I use occasionally when I find something. It's called idplr.com. It's very inexpensive if you want to get the paid version. They also have a free version. But folks, if you want to get a PLR, keep in mind that most PLR that you get is just not very good quality. Okay, perfectly honest with you, all perfect transparency is just not very good quality. It's fine for picking it up and then going ahead and rewriting it. You're using the PLR like a free ebook. You're using it as what's called a lead magnet, and what it does is you're giving information away to people free, and basically you're bribing people to give you their email address so you can contact them over and over again. And you'll go ahead and use one of the autoresponders. You will create what's called an opt-in page, and they have those. And then you can post your opt-in page up to various different places around the web. Now you can either put it on your own website, or you can go ahead and post it up on social media, whether you post it up on your LinkedIn profile or your Facebook profile, or you post it up on Twitter or Pinterest saying, hey, I've got a free training manual that does this, this, and this, click here for your freebie. And then people will click, they'll be taken to your opt-in where they put in their name and email, and now they're on your list. Okay. That's the plain and simple way to build your list for free. As I said, we're going to show you at a later date how to go ahead and build your list with a lot of other options. And by the way, just so you know, we have something coming up in a couple of days. My partner Jackson, and me, we have a product coming up that is going to help you build your list. It's one of the best ways to build your list, and we'll be talking about that a little bit tomorrow in the video for your trainings. Okay, so look for that tomorrow. This is all for today. Glad you were here. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you tomorrow.